Are you ready to upgrade to the home that fits your family best? Take the first step of that process by giving my girl Stacy Westfall a call. She's partnered with Kaiser's Sweet Home Realty in Howard County, where they have the knowledge and resources to help you reach your goals. Stacy has quickly become a successful realtor in our area, and I'm so proud of her. She's not just a friend of mine, she's a mother and a local firefighter. Buying and selling a house is stressful, and having someone professional and trustworthy in your corner can make all the difference. Give Stacy a call today at 765-461-1243 and follow her on Facebook at Stacy Westfall Realtor. This is Kayla Keith, and you're listening to Missing Midwest, a true crime podcast about those that have gone missing. Today's story is about a young girl that goes out for a bike ride and is never seen again. Someone knows something.
Ooh.
Yes, this episode goes out to the police officer that once told me that women do not go missing from their bikes.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. I don't know your name, but if I knew it, I'd probably say it.
When that happened, I immediately went to the Larry Hall case in, was it Southern Illinois?
Yes, Jessica Roach.
Yep, Jessica Roach. And so here I am, as you say this, I think immediately of Jessica Roach.
Yeah, no, literally. So this is one of those cases that the day I had a police officer, if you've been here for a while, you know the story, but basically a police officer once told me, ma'am, women don't go missing while they're riding their bikes. And I was like, sir, I can name like 10 cases right now of women that have literally been abducted while riding their bike. And this Tara Calico was one of the ones that lives in my head rent free because she was riding her bike and she like bike and all completely just
oh wow
and her bike. And so this goes out to you today, sir, because this woman was in fact riding her bike and she is still missing. So Tara had actually just moved from Illinois, so we're going to New Mexico.
Starts in the Midwest.
Like, she's from the Midwest.
She started in the Midwest.
We're going to Belen, B-E-L-E-N. What do you think that is? Belen?
Yeah.
New Mexico?
Belen.
I didn't look it up. Belen. It's population 7,500. They have $1 general. There's a highway that runs like right through it. Highway 47, I believe it was. Yeah, New Mexico State Road 47.
Okay.
Tara lived with her mom and stepdad, very active, super opposite of me, very sporty, very athletic, and she loved to like work out and stuff. And she went on a bike ride every single day, 17 miles down the highway and 17 miles back.
Wow.
She went the same way every day.
That actually sounds like relaxing to me to do that. I like riding a bike.
When you said it, you said it sounds like, and I was about to say hell. And you said relax. It sounds awful. And in New Mexico, riding a bike in a desert, what sounds relaxing about that?
I mean, it's just like
sounds awful.
a couple hours of riding your bike. I don't know.
Well, Tara apparently enjoyed it because she did it every single day, which sounds like a form of torture to me, but whatever. She likes to be active. Go her. So she was super athletic in high school. She's going to college there. She lives with her parents, and so she rides her bike every morning. Her mom knows this. Her mom actually would go on the bike rides with her sometime. Her mom's name is Patty Dole. Doel? Now that I look at it, it could be Doel. It's like Noel with a D.
I would go with Dole, but go ahead.
Whatever. Irrelevant to the story. She actually went with her sometimes, and she had actually went with her once prior to this day, and she said that somebody was following them in a truck.
Ooh.
And she was like, nope, don't like that. And so she didn't want to go anymore, and she didn't want Tara to go either. But Tara's like, Mom, like, I am 19, I'm almost 20. Like, this is a safe neighborhood. It's literally on a highway. I'll be fine. And her mom was like, I'm only going to let you keep going on these bike rides if you have mace.
Fair enough.
How uncomfortable her mom was about the whole situation.
Fair enough.
And so on the
What year did you say this was?
So I didn't. We're going to Tuesday, September 20th, 1988. Okay. So Tara has plans later in the afternoon. So she was going to play tennis with her boyfriend at 12:30, like casual morning, 34 mile bike ride, followed with a game of tennis. I haven't even been that active cumulatively in the past.
We played tennis in college
life,
one time,
and
Kayla was like,
awful.
never again.
So exhausting. And I was like in shape pre-kids then, and it was still exhausting. So Tara's got a busy day of just activeness ahead of her. And so she was very punctual. And so she was on time everywhere she went. That's something that everybody knew about her. And so she told her mom, I'm going out for a bike ride. You know, same one I do every day. She's like, if I'm not home by noon, come find me. She literally said
Whoa,
that.
okay.
Not in the sense that she was worried,
but just like in general.
She was just like, I have to be somewhere at 12:30. So like,
I mean,
if I lose track of time, she basically was telling her, I'm like, I don't want to lose track of time. But they said she would like put her headphones in and just ride. And so she's like, if I'm not home, like, I'm gonna, I'm an adult. I'll make my way home. But like,
literally every time I go running out here in the country, she's like, how far are you gonna go? I'm like, I'm just gonna run and walk for X amount of time. If I'm not back by this time, come look for me.
Exactly. And so that's what Tara said to her mom. And so she had this like bright yellow Sony Walkman that she would listen to. So she put her head in a cassette tape because it's 88.
Sure.
So she put her headphones in, got on her bike. And so she goes and she rides her bike. 11:30. She said she was going to be home by 11:30. Sorry, I think I said 12, but she told her mom 11:30 because her plans, the tennis game was at 12:30. 11:30 comes. She doesn't come. 11:45, she doesn't come. By noon, her mom is like, okay, like,
this is a problem.
I gotta go find her.
Yeah.
Here, she was a half an hour past the time. She told me she has to be somewhere at 12:30. I'm gonna go find her. And so she's like, gets in her car and she drives the entire 17-mile stretch of the highway and doesn't see her or anything. Drives it back home. She's not at home. So she immediately calls police because she's like, she literally would be nowhere else besides this like 17-mile stretch highway, and she's not there. So immediately, police come in. They take it seriously from the get-go. You know how
a lot of times, yeah.
Here they're like, no. They actually did. They were like, yeah, something's wrong here. And so they start looking, and they start searching, and they bring in, honestly, like full force, like ATVs, helicopters, dogs, everything. And pretty much immediately on the side of the highway, they find bike tracks and car tracks. And it looks like what seemed to be like a struggle in like the side, like dirt area of the
Definitely
highway.
Not good.
Not good. Not what you want to find
No.
with a missing girl on a bike. And they also find her Sony Walkman, and it's been smashed.
Oh.
It's bright, so I guess they can't prove that it's hers, but it's a bright yellow one.
Yeah.
And the cassette tape is the cassette that her mom knows that she always listens to. It's like her favorite band. So like they're like, this is her.
Yeah.
So they immediately start like canvassing the area and talking to people. And they actually found like a bunch of witnesses. There was like some people working like in a field that said they saw her riding her bike at 11:30, and she was headed back in direction toward her home. So like the end of the bike, it would have been like the end of the bike ride. 11:30 would have been. She was supposed to be home like around 11:30.
Right.
And so they said that she was listening to her headphones and she was fine, but they said there was a truck behind her, a light colored pickup truck with a camper on the back, like the ones that go on the bed of the
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yep. Not like a pulley in a camper, but on the back. And they said it was following her close behind.
Sketchy.
And they said they took notice of it, but they didn't think anything of it, and she didn't seem worried about it. But then they were like, she might not have even have known she was being followed because she was just like focused on this bike ride and had her headphones in. And they had a couple different people spot her at different times during her bike ride, saying that this truck was behind her.
Yeah, that's sketchy. That's super sketchy. The fact that multiple people recognize that tells me that it was definitely too close. Definitely worth taking note of.
Yeah. That's it. Nothing happens. They do not find anything. They can't. I mean, they have nothing. It's this truck. They look for it. They can't find it. They put searches out. The parents have searches. They do their own searches. But all they ever found, they never found her bike, and they never found her. And then on June 15th, 1989, a woman is walking in a parking lot. When she walked in, there was a white windowless cargo van parked there. And she took note of it because it doesn't. It's a white creeper van.
Yeah.
When she came out, the van was gone. But there was something laying in the parking spot where it was at. And when she picked it up, it was a Polaroid photo, okay? And it was a picture of a young girl and a young boy, okay? And they are both, it appears, they both have black tape across their mouth.
Ooh.
And both of their hands appear, you can't see if they're tied or not, but they're behind their back to make it look like they're tied. And you can tell, like, by the background, they're, like, laying on, like, some pillows and blankets. It looks like they're probably in the back of a white cargo van. The boy looks a little scared. I'll show you the picture and then we'll post it. The girl looks kind of calm. The boy is like kind of laying, the girl's on her back with her knees up. They both have clothes on. The boy's kind of on his side with his head on a pillow, and he looks a little upset. He looks probably like 8, 9, 10,
Oh, jeez.
younger. And the girl's kind of like teenage-ish, young adult. So she immediately like takes this picture to the police. Okay.
Good for her.
She said the van, she tells them what she found. She said there was a van there. It was being driven by a man with a mustache in his 30s. Police immediately try to find this man. They actually like set up roadblocks and stuff. But they never identified it, the van or the man. And so according to police, though, they looked at this Polaroid and the picture had to have been taken after May 1989 because the film that it was used on wasn't made until then.
Interesting.
So they like knew that much, I guess. Bo Digital is the secret ingredient you need for success in marketing your small business. From logos and flyers to social media and videos, Bo Digital can create the marketing you need to set yourself apart. Oh, and they build websites too. Not only do they help my small business, but did you know that they help many others around Kokomo too, including Solidarity Community Credit Union, the Lindy Owsley and Chanel Cahill Real Estate Team, Hope Behavioral Services, and even the Kokomo Symphony. Let Bo build a custom plan for you today. Learn more at bowdigital.com. That's BOWE digital.com. So later, this was in June. The photo got broadcasted on TV on a show called A Current Affair. And somebody saw it, one of actually Tara's stepdad, one of his friends, and he immediately called and was like, they just showed this picture, like it's Tara, like it looks just like her. And they like freak out. And so they ended up like this, they're all the way in New Mexico. This was in Port St. Joe, Florida, where the picture was found, all the way down in Florida. They're all back in New Mexico, and his friend like happened to see this on the TV and was like, this is a picture of Tara.
Wow.
And so her parents end up meeting with investigators.
I mean, that's the only link. Like that's how they got there. Is this random happenstance that he saw on TV?
Literally. Yes.
Wow. So without that.
Yeah, without it, like.
Oh man.
No.
Okay.
And so they meet with investigators, and they like actually get to like look at this picture, and both of them are like 100% convinced that this picture is of Tara.
Wow.
Her mom said it looks just like her. She doesn't have makeup on and her hair is not done, but she said it's her. She also has a scar on her leg, and Tara was in a car accident when she was younger, and she had the exact same scar.
I mean, hard to rule that out.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
so
like
the mom and dad and the stepdad are like, yeah, this is 100% her. Also, in the picture, you can see there is a copy of the book My Sweet Audrina. And that was Tara's favorite book. And it was laying next to her. Like, her hands are tied behind her back, but, like, you can see the book laying there. And her mom's like, that's her. That was her favorite book. Like, fully 100%. That's my daughter.
Wild.
Yeah. So, Scotland Yard actually analyzed the photo and did facial, like, comparisons and recognition. And they concluded that it was, in fact, Tara Calico.
Wow.
But.
So, like, law enforcement moves forward 100% believing that's her?
Yes. But the Los Alamos National Laboratory examined it and disagreed.
Oh,
and said
really?
It wasn't her. The FBI analysis of the photo came back inconclusive. Like, you literally have one lab saying 100% yes, one lab saying no, and one lab saying, maybe.
That's frustrating.
Pick one.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like the scar, like if the mom is like, that's her scar, that's hard for me to. I can't really go against what the mom says. I mean, do they have like pictures of? That's confusing to me. Yeah. I feel like lock it in. That's her. If that's what mom says, I'm with mom.
Right? How do you not recognize?
Yeah, I'm with mom.
Yeah. So the boy in the picture.
Talk to me.
Tara wasn't the only person in this picture. There was a little boy as well. So a family reaches out to police, much like Tara's family reached out to police, who also saw this picture on TV. It was the family of a little boy named Michael Henley. He was also from New Mexico, and he had also disappeared. He disappeared in April of 1988, which is the same year Tara disappeared, but before she went. So she went missing in September. So back in the spring, in April, is when Michael went missing.
Okay.
So he was camping with his family and disappeared, and they could not find him. His family saw this picture, and they believe that it's him in the picture.
What a sick feeling.
Now, police were not convinced that it was him. They've pretty much ruled it out because, so his mom said she was almost certain it was him, but so he went missing. The campsite that he was at with his family was 75 miles from where Tara went missing from, and they actually discovered his remains in June of 1990. It was like 7 miles from the campsite, and so police pretty much have said he like wandered away from his campsite and just died of exposure. And so they have the parents said they believed it was him. Was that just like the hope of a parent? Maybe. Police have kind of ruled that one out.
I mean, like, to think though, like immediately 2 kids go missing within 75 miles of each other in New Mexico.
It's not that far-fetched to think that, that they were both taken.
No, I mean, like,
but it's like a little boy versus a 19-year-old woman. Like, it's definitely not.
But to
like,
see that, but to see 2 people in the picture,
for sure,
in a picture together around the same age group.
But in this picture's in Florida, and you're like, there's 2 people missing
there's
from
just,
Mexico.
it is literally don't even have enough red string to cut through all this. Yeah.
So nothing else happens with this case after this like mysterious Polaroid picture.
We just find this like terrifying, troubling picture. Just nothing.
Yeah, police don't know if it's a prank.
Dude, web sleuths in today's day and age, like there's the whole like
probably would have figured it out.
You know that guy on TikTok that's like, hey, where am I at? And he's just like,
seriously. So I'll show you a picture of it. I don't know if you want to see. Oh gosh, sorry. Excuse us and all of our noises. But here's the picture of it. And so, I mean, you can't, it could be staged because you can't see their hands. So the police are like, this could be a hoax. It could be her. It could not be her. Like I said, it was examined by a lab that said it was her. This book is right here. You can tell it's like in the back of a van.
I mean, the book kind of looks staged a little bit, like it's there on purpose.
Right. So you can like purposefully see the title and everything. There's like a flower blanket she's on, and then like a striped blue pillowcase that the boy's on. I don't know. So that's the picture. Nothing else happens with this. Police are like, we don't know. We don't know if it was her. The family insists that it is her. And then we're up to 2009, okay?
Whoa.
So 20 years after the Polaroid photo was found and shared on the media and like circulated, like, do you know these people? Everything, nothing. And nobody came forward. Nobody came forward was like, I know these kids, like, except the families of those 2 kids that are like, we think that might be our kids. But nobody else was like no, they have nothing. Pictures of a boy were sent to the Port St. Joe chief of police, okay? His name was David Barnes, and he received 2 different letters, okay? One on June 10th and one on August 10th. Both of them were postmarked from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
Which isn't very far from
where Tara was
missing.
Yeah.
I was just north a little bit. I forget. I think it was like what was the name? Baleen? Did we decide on Baleen, New Mexico?
Yeah, sure.
I think it was like 20 miles south of Albuquerque.
Okay.
So not very far. And so now they're getting these letters from Albuquerque, close to where she went missing.
Sketch.
Like, okay. One letter contained a photo, and it was printed on just like regular printer paper. And it was like a little boy with brown hair, and someone had actually taken a black marker and drawn like tape over, like a line over his mouth to make it look like black tape. Just like it was in like that
sketch
in that Polaroid picture, like because they both had black tape over their mouth.
Yeah.
The second letter had the original image of the boy. This one was the one that came on August 12th. And the Star newspaper in Port St. Joe got a third letter. So first of all, the second letter had the original photo. His mouth was also marked out with black marker. Okay. And then the Star newspaper received a third letter, also from Albuquerque, like a month later. And it was the same picture of the same boy with black marker drawn over his mouth.
Sketchy.
Yeah. They were not able to confirm if it was the same boy from the Polaroid, but it was like same age, looked the same.
Yeah. I mean,
it just had black, like nothing. There was no return address, no letter, no note, no like who this person is, why was it, nothing. Sketchy, right?
Yeah, big time.
So this made officials believe that it had something to do with the disappearance of Tara, because it came from Albuquerque, the same area. It came from the city, like from where she went missing to where that picture was found. And so they just felt like something was something was going on.
Especially when you have nothing.
Right.
Like when you have nothing, like this is something, so I'm with you.
Johnny, question for you.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere in Kokomo and it wasn't our house and it wasn't the flower shop, where would I be?
Easy. Humble home.
Yes, you're right. You guys, listen up. Humble home is my absolute favorite place to be for so many reasons. No matter what I am looking for, I always check Humble home first. Clothes, shoes, toys, decor, furniture, makeup, they literally always have something that I need. They have brand name items for cheap. Their inventory is constantly changing, so it's part of my weekly routine to do a Humble Home walkthrough. You absolutely need to stop by. I promise you won't be disappointed. While it is a discount store, it's not your average discount store. It's clean, organized, and everything has its place. I get zero anxiety when I go in, unlike other discount stores. And no matter what you're shopping for, a home project, gifts, home decor, even seasonal decor, they will have it. They are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 5. You can follow them on Facebook at Humble Home Kokomo and watch for new items every single day. And for our Lafayette, Indiana listeners, I have exciting news. They are opening a second location in Lafayette soon. As soon as I have the details, I will let you know their opening date. Get excited.
So these letters were also received around the same time that the police got a phone call from a psychic. Okay. She called them about Tara, and she said that was in California and she met a runaway girl who she had worked with in a strip club. She said this girl was eventually murdered, okay? And she said that she had been having dreams telling her that the runaway girl that she had met from her time in California was Tara.
Perfect.
She had been murdered. This happened right at the same time that those 3 pictures of those boys came, though. So they were like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said sketchy a lot.
Let's make a t-shirt or just as
Sketchy.
Period. Because, like, everything is sketchy in these days. Like, I don't know what's going on with this case. So the photos were given to the FBI. All 3 letters, all 3 photos. No fingerprints, no DNA. So, like, whoever did it
knew what they were doing.
Wore some gloves or something. Crazy.
Yeah.
So there are 2 other Polaroid photographs, possibly of Tara, that have surfaced over the years. One was found near a construction site in California. It's a blurry picture, and it's a girl, and it's her face, and she has black tape covering her mouth. She is also laying on a light blue striped pillowcase, which there is a light blue striped pillowcase
in the picture.
In the first Polaroid.
Yeah.
I
mean, how can you think?
It was also taken on the same film that was not available until June of 1989. Yeah.
Like, how can that be a coincidence?
Yeah.
But wait, one of them was found in Florida and one of them was found in California?
One Polaroid in Florida in a parking lot. One on a construction site in California, which absolutely no connection to California except for the psychic that said she met a woman that she believed to be Tara in California.
Yeah.
Which I would be interested to know. It did not say where in California the psychic said she met this person that she, like, thought was Tara. But, like, I wonder if it was close to the construction site where the Polaroid was found.
That's all weird.
So freaking weird. The second Polaroid that was found, it shows a woman and it's, quote, a woman. So those 2 pictures haven't ever been released, the second Polaroids, but it, quote, says it shows a woman loosely bound in gauze, her eyes covered with more gauze, and large black framed glasses, with a male passenger sitting beside her on an Amtrak train. Like, what a random, like, the image in my head. I'm just like, what is going on?
Right.
The film that was used for that picture was not available until February of 1990.
Still, same. That's close enough to me.
Tara's mother says she believes the first one is Tara, but the second one, she believes the second and the second and third Polaroid were hoaxes. She thinks that they were not her. Her sister said they had a striking, uncanny resemblance to her sister. She said, I will not rule them out. Her sister said,
I mean, the pillow guy. Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah. In 1998, 10 years after Tara went missing, she was officially declared dead. A judge ruled her death a homicide. In 2008, a sheriff in the county that she went missing in received a report that he had received information. He reported that he had received information that 2 teenagers had accidentally hit her with a truck and panicked and then killed her and hit her body. Apparently he got this information that these boys who actually knew her drove up behind her in a truck, and then somehow an accident happened and they accidentally killed her.
That's very far-fetched, I feel. You should be able to be okay, here's the body. Or here's where we put it.
Well, they didn't, it wasn't them that came to him and told them. That's just what he heard.
Yeah, I don't like it.
This sheriff stated that he knew the names of those involved, but without a body, he said there was no way they would make a case. He did not tell or announce, I guess, the evidence that led him to the conclusion that this was true. Tara's dad, I don't know if he made an announcement or commented on it in an interview or something, but he said that the sheriff should never have made these comments or accusation if he wasn't willing to arrest somebody.
I agree 100%.
Agree. Why would you do that?
Hey, listen, there's this case that I might know what happened, but I'm not going to do anything about it.
Yeah. He said if your circumstantial evidence isn't enough, then why are you talking about it?
Seriously.
Yeah. 2013, a 6-person task force was established to reinvestigate the cold cases in the area, and Tara's was one of them. But as of 2024, no arrests have ever been made in the cases still open.
Man.
The FBI has said they are offering a reward of up to $20,000 for precise details that would lead to the identification or location of her, or any information leading to the arrest of those people that were responsible for her death, or disappearance. I guess it's still disappearance. Yeah, they in 2021 they announced that they had a new lead in the case, but nothing has ever came from that. And that was in 2021. In 2023, the sheriff's office they announced that they had a breakthrough in the case. They said that law enforcement believes that there was sufficient evidence to submit this case to the district attorney's office for potential charges. It says that this evidence identifies and specifies a person of interest, but it's going to remain sealed until further notice. And then nothing.
I mean, that's already 35 years later.
2023.
How much longer would I wait?
Yeah.
35 years? Hey, we figured something out.
Yep. So
stay tuned.
Well,
What?
yeah, that's where it's at. So 2023, like I said, they said that they are working on it. They said this at a press conference regarding the case. That they have evidence and that they're taking it to the district attorney.
That's tough.
That's where it sits.
Man.
So, I don't know. How do you would think?
Based on everything that you've said, though.
Polaroid, has been examined with more technology is my thing.
I feel like now you could be there's probably
Right?
teenagers at this point. They're that's a fake Polaroid.
I don't think it's fake.
No. I'm saying if it was fake, I feel like there's.
No, it's not a fake Polaroid. Facial recognition is probably improved so much because like I said, they had the one place that said it wasn't her, and then one said it was, and then the FBI said inconclusive. Well, the FBI said inconclusive back in 89.
Yeah.
I'm sure the FBI has ways of looking at things differently now. So I wonder if they've looked at it again to even be it is her or not her.
I feel like
regardless, she's still missing.
I feel like that would not take a lot of time or resources for the FBI to just look at the picture again.
Right? Yeah.
A lot of questions.
That's not you're submitting DNA and it's going to cost $12,000 for DNA. It's
bring in an expert and look at it and be
scan this picture.
That picture's staged.
Scan it into your system.
Or
you have on TV.
Yeah.
You have it. I see it on SVU
you have
all
a
the
version of it, with no doubt.
Like, I know you have something that you can scan this picture and tell me if it's her or not, you know?
Man.
So I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to go against a mom. Like,
I see. That's what
and
I'm
it
saying.
wasn't like years that had passed. It was 1 year later.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't have changed that much. But it's not a good quality picture either. I don't know. I mean, a Polaroid's not that great. Also, you have to think, too, like, how desperate the mom is for it to be her.
Yeah. It's also crazy to me, like, it's just a happenstance that the one person was paying attention at the right time, or else, like, this, like, it's still just not connected whatsoever. Like, that's crazy to me.
Also, if you have a Polaroid picture of 2 children tied up in the back of your van, like, are you accidentally going to drop it in the parking lot of a convenience store?
That's a good point, too. How does that even happen?
Right? Like, I think you'd be watching your Polaroids a little bit better.
That seems, you're right. That's like a stage thing to do, too.
Yeah.
Oof, I don't like it at all.
Yeah. And if it was a hoax, like if the Polaroid was a hoax and it was like, oh, you look like this missing girl, it's fake. You're like, if her hands aren't actually tied behind her back. When you guys see the picture, you'll know what I mean. Like, she could just be holding her hands back there and not actually be tied up. But like, there was no connection to Tara for it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, they can't be like, oh, we'll put it and we'll leave it in it was literally in a convenience store parking lot. We'll leave it in this parking spot.
Yeah.
And somebody might connect it to a missing girl from Mexico in the 90s. No. Like, that's not going to happen.
That's such a weird situation.
So freaking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, it was just by chance that her friends,
Absolute
her
chance.
dad's friend saw that.
Yeah.
Or stepdad's friend saw it on TV. So yeah, that's the case of Tara Calico.
Man.
Another reason to not go bike riding, in case you needed another one. And if by some
So
chance the
we've
police officer's
done
listening,
her, we've
you know
done
you're
Jessica
wrong.
Roach, we did the girl in Ohio.
Oh, I can give you a freaking.
That's 3 that I'm just saying that's 3 that we've
Jessica
done.
Roach, Tara Calico, the 2 girls in Illinois that went missing on.
Have we done the episode though?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank on their names. I can't even think of their names. It was the
There was
2
2 of them?
girls. Yeah, they were riding their bike in that park. Jill Behrman from IU.
Okay.
I don't think we've done Jessica Roach though. We talked about her
I think
because
we
of
just talked about her because of Larry. Yeah.
Larry Hall. I think we've done 5 people that have went missing on their bikes.
Man.
So I don't know. But
I like a good bike ride, but be careful out there, friends. If you like Missing Midwest, you will love Murdered Midwest. For just $5 a month, you can get access to an extra episode each week, plus over 50 backlogged episodes. Subscribe using the link in the show notes. This podcast is a So.Will.I.Studos production. So Will I.
Stanley Cleaning Company has an exciting new service they are offering, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Laundry. Yes, they will come to your house, and for $15 a load, they will pick it up, take it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to you. This is something I have dreamed about since I became an adult and started doing laundry on my own. Hit them up and get your place cleaned and your laundry done by my friends over at Stanley Cleaning Company. You can find them on Facebook or give her a call or a text at 765-860-3606.